Hello everyone. Breakups suck. They feel terrible. And chances are, you feel terrible too right now. But what if I told you that this feeling and this breakup could be the best thing that ever happened to you? You think I'm crazy? Let me tell you a little story. I was in an 8-year-long relationship. Everything was more or less fine. At least I thought it was. At some point, Christmas was around the next corner. And as every year, my girlfriend wanted to visit her parents. This year, I stayed at home because I didn't really feel that well. I told my girlfriend that I want to gather my thoughts and just be by myself. She looked at me, smiled, said it's fine, and gave me a kiss on the forehead. 2 days later, she called me in the middle of the night and told me under tears that she kissed another man on a party. I didn't even know that she was on a party or something. I'm a pretty strict person when it comes to trust and loyalty, so that's a no-go, right? But it was a very strange moment. It was 2:30 a.m. or something. I was shocked. I just woke up and now the world I know is about to get burned. So I told her that she can calm down, that we just talk about this when we both catch a little bit of sleep. So we can talk about this in the morning. She agreed. We say our goodbyes, and then she hung up. I tried to sleep, but I think you can imagine that it was pretty tough to sleep because of all those thoughts. Why is this happening, I asked myself. Why did she do that? Everything seems fine. So she called me again at 6 a.m. in the morning, but this time her voice was very cold. It felt like that I was talking to a different person, not to her. She talked like a robot and just said hi. But then she followed up with, I slept with the man I kissed, and then silence. Well, of course, I had to end the relationship, but it wasn't actually a good time for both of us. We still lived together. It was kinda cursed. Every time I got a little bit of distance to those bad feelings, I saw her, or I noticed that she was coming home. I wasn't feeling good anyways, as you can imagine maybe, but this resparked the pain and despair even more every time. Nothing I knew at that time was really helping me getting through this. It was the same every day. Waking up, feeling miserable, trying to distract myself, got a little bit better, and then getting reminded of my circumstances. I started looking online to find some help. I read some articles about breakups and got into personal development. And with that, I started to learn to deal with those bad emotions. I wasn't fine or anything, but at least I got some control back. After 2 months of living like this, I managed to leave the house we lived in and went to a small flat. It wasn't much, but it was a new beginning. Being out of the situation, meeting my ex-girlfriend every day, my thoughts cleared up. After I settled in my new home, I revisited my old relationship, but this time not to torture myself, this time to find reasons what actually happened. When I got overwhelmed with bad emotions, I used my new learned techniques to ease the pain. In the following days, I figured out that I wasn't actually boyfriend of the year. I treated her bad because I feared being close to someone. On top of that, I was manipulative and had narcissistic tendencies. Don't get me wrong, cheating is always a shitty thing to do. I don't say it was a good thing or that she was right to do it. Not at all. But it doesn't take away my part in that. It was a really bitter pill to swallow. But I made a pact with myself. I will find the reason I am like this, and I will resolve this once and for all. I don't care how long it takes or how difficult it will be be done. Yes, those times were tough and painful, but looking back from today, it was the best thing that ever could happen to me. I found the reason. I went to therapy. I really got deep into personal development. I understood emotions, human behavior, and learned a lot about human connections and relationships. I even tackled my depression that I had my entire life. Today, I'm happier than I was ever before. In fact, you would not listen to this if I hadn't that breakup. I know it doesn't feel like this, but trust me when I say to you, you have the strongest force to make your life better within you right now. Oh man, that was hard to record. I get emotional every time I talk about this. Maybe you think now, cool story, but that doesn't really help me right now. That's fair, I can see that. And I think this wouldn't help me either in that time. Okay, then let me share the 2 steps you get out of here. So the first thing we want to do is making sure that it doesn't get worse. Like sealing all those holes in a sinking ship. If you want to go further with your ship, it is a pretty good idea, right? And in terms of a breakup, this could look like the following. Don't numb yourself with distractions. I know it's tempting, and a lot of friends will tell you that this is a good idea, but in fact, it's not. This will only increase the time you suffer from your breakup. So don't get out and get yourself drunk. Don't call that friend to have casual sex. Don't party all night, and don't overeat on fast food. The next thing you shouldn't do right now is making important decisions or drastic changes, like buying something very expensive, cutting your hair, or sign up for plastic surgery. I think you get the idea here. Don't be vicious to the other person. It actually doesn't matter what has happened and why your relationship has ended, but being mean to somebody rarely makes you feel better. I don't say it's justified. Maybe it is, but I'm thinking about you here. I want you to feel better. If you have something to say that is important to you, do it. But don't go out of your way to make someone else feel bad. You are better than that. And the last thing that will prevent that the situation gets worse is do not go back to your ex. I repeat that because it's so important. Do not go back to your ex. When people living through their breakups, they look out for a fast and easy fix. The fastest way of getting rid of those bad emotions is to just get back into a relationship with your ex. Even though this could be tempting, don't make this mistake. There is a reason you both are not compatible, right? This fact will not go away if you go back to your ex. This will only means you will end up in the same situation you are in now. I don't say you can't be with a person, maybe in 1 year or 2 when somebody of you changes, but for now you shouldn't go back to your ex. So do not go back to your ex. Okay, good. The foundation is done. But what can you do right now to make yourself feel better? The first thing you can do is, or should I say you should do, is getting rid of old pictures, maybe your old text messages, everything that could bring up memories from your old relationship. This could be the gift that your ex gave you on Christmas or the video from your vacation together. You don't have to throw everything into the trash, but just put it out of your sight or maybe even lock it away. This is a very important step of the following, because the healing process and ultimately that you will feel better is accepting that it is over. A lot of people get hung up on the idea if they only have said this thing, or if they only have said that, or if they only behave differently in a certain situation, then everything would be different and everything would be fine now. So they're stuck in this what if state, you know? This is actually a fairy tale people tell themselves because they can't accept the reality that it is over. This can be painful, yes. But it is the most important step in the process here. The faster you can accept that it is over, the faster you feel better. Trust in the future, you will be okay. Going forward, if you feel strong negative emotions like pain, grief, or despair, feel them. Even though this is the last thing you want to do right now, you're fed up with enough of this bad feeling, it is, in fact, the only real way to deal with emotions. This is an important part of the process, so take your time here. Don't be ashamed or judge your feelings or how you behave. It's 100% normal. We all suffer from breakups. Maybe you never did this before, like feeling something really and fully. If you don't know where to start, I made a video about how you can deal with negative emotions, even when they're really, really strong. It's not long, so if you're interested, the link is of course in the description below. Moving on. Do something that feels good. Get a massage, buy a ticket for the sauna, or take a bubble bath with candles. It doesn't have to be something special. Just pick something that makes you feel good. This blends good together with the next thing you can do. Take care of yourself. Take a long walk or work out. Clip your nails or go out and buy a nice pair of shoes. Again, it doesn't have to be something special or expensive. The important thing here is that you do this for yourself. So no intention to impress somebody or to look in a certain way for others. Just pure self-acceptance and joy being with yourself. This one is maybe strange, but petting an animal is amazing while dealing with a breakup. There is something magical when you do this while feeling bad. I don't know why this is, but if you pay close attention in the moment, it seems that pets kind of feel your pain. And on top of that, this will give you an opportunity to live out your unheard kindness and love. It just feels overall really good. Next on the list is connecting with people and surround yourself with friends and family, in general with people that supports you. And I don't mean those drinking buddies, I mean real friends, people that know you. So in this case, it doesn't have to be that you talk to them about the relationship and how it ended. Just stay in their presence. Just spend time with them, maybe watching a movie or playing an old game together. Sadly, there are like a lot of people who don't have this opportunity. I myself didn't have this in the past. But don't worry if this is true for you. Strangers Care has a community Discord, and if you want to spend time around friendly and understanding people, you can just join our community. I would be glad seeing you there. Maybe we can even play a game together. Anyways, the link to the Discord is in the description if you're interested. See you there. Maybe you think now, oh, those maybe are solid choices to have something to do when you deal with a breakup, right? I would agree. They are good, but I wouldn't make a video just because of them. I want to give you more powerful things that are more meaningful, things that could have a bigger impact on you. So the first of the big three is learning something new or do something that is new for you. You always wanted to explore the nearby forest? Do it. You bought a book you always wanted to read? Read it. You never had a manicure or played a nostalgic board game like Monopoly or Scrabble? Do it. This tip maybe sounds stupid to you, but not only you forget your situations in between, you will do something that is enjoyable. And maybe, just maybe, you will pick up a new hobby along the way. That's not so terrible, isn't it? If you got a little bit of distance between you and the breakup, you can and potentially should figure out why the relationship ended. And of course, I don't mean like the actual moment, like the dispute or something. I mean the reasons behind the end. This is the time for introspection and to be honest with yourself. Maybe you or your ex was very needy or jealous, or there were trust issues, or the relationship got stale. All those common situations are avoidable. Or should I say you can do something about them in the relationship. So there's something really valuable to learn here for future relationships. Maybe you can even learn something that is worth this messed up relationship. You can even extend this knowledge to make better partner choices in the future. Let's take a little example to make this a little bit more clearly. Let us say that neediness and trust issues were the reasons behind the breakup. And now you know because of that you don't want this in a future relationship. So the next time you date somebody, you can use your knowledge to look out for signs that foreshadow neediness or trust issues. Behavior that indicates neediness could be that the other person kinda wants to rush getting into a relationship, or that the person is calling you way too often and text messages you every day for a lot of times, even though you're not responding because you're busy doing something. Another behavior could be that the person is very interested in the people you're spending time with. It kind of feels like talking to them, that they kind of interview you or something. I don't mean to push any person away that has some of those traits. I just mean that you can use this knowledge to take a closer look when those things occur. I can't give you like a whole list of all behavior patterns that people do and what this actually shows, but you can take the opportunity to learn from your past experiences and make better choices in the future. So this breakup could actually be a good thing in the long run. So the last but certainly not least thing to realize is that the pain you're suffering right now will increase the leverage to change for the better. Use it. So you always wanted to get into martial arts? Go for it and become a master. You planned of losing weight? Channel this leverage, find a better diet that works for you. Or you always wanted to get this side hustle to take off? Do it. Start now. Increase your knowledge and work on your skills. Get into marketing or finish the book you started. Use this pain as a fuel. Don't see it as a burden. Think about it and realize that you can be so much more. Starting is always the hardest part. But with so much pain and leverage in you because of the breakup, you actually have an advantage over other people. Don't miss this opportunity, because if you go for it, you will be grateful in the future that this breakup happened to you. So, there we are. Breakups feel terrible for everyone. They can be painful, disconnecting, and a burden. But they also can be levitating, motivating, and be the biggest source of your growth. Your decision will determine how your breakup will be. You will decide if this breakup is bad or if it's the best thing that ever could have happened to you. Either way you go, love is within you and you're worthy of love. Love is all around you. You will see it if you open your eyes. I wish you all the best. Take care.